This last week, Renee Ritchie, who is the YouTube liaison or the creator liaison, opened up on Twitter for some questions from creators, and there were some great questions, but the responses to those questions are even greater, and there is a lot of great information that I need to share with you because this is shifting my entire view of what's important on YouTube and what I ought to be focusing on in terms of analytics and metrics to determine what videos do well and what videos do poorly. Renee opened up by asking, what are your biggest questions around creating content on YouTube? Somebody named Matt Jarbo asked him, we all know that YouTube prioritizes watch time, but what if your channel is full of long live streams? How do you still create short-form content and have it be seen by your audience? Renee wrote, in 2015, YouTube switched from optimizing for watch time to optimizing for satisfaction. YouTube realized that not all watch time was equal and wanted people to feel fulfilled by what they watched, so I'd lean into making the most satisfying content regardless of format. Then Roberto Blake, who is a YouTube guru, chimed in and asked, hey, YouTube liaison and hitsman, what does YouTube use as metrics to qualify satisfaction? Since it's not watch time, what metrics do we have in analytics that are indicators of viewer enjoyment from YouTube's perspective? Then Todd B., who is at Hitsman, responded, if you don't know who Todd B. is, he is somebody who works at YouTube in the algorithm department. He responded and said, likes, dislikes, survey responses. Raw survey data is too sparse to be useful to creators, but it is useful in driving long-term viewer satisfaction. Our systems use the survey responses combined with other signals to predict video satisfaction for each viewer, and it works well. Then somebody named Brendan asked a clarifying question, and they said, so the notion that likes are meaningless is wrong? It has meaningful impact on performance? And Todd's response was, yes, same for dislikes. They are a negative signal for satisfaction, not a positive signal for engagement, as many have wrongly claimed. I know that was a lot of reading, and I know I was simply restating what other people wrote on Twitter, but there is a lot of great information here. There is a lot to unpack, and this has made me reassess what is important on YouTube, what analytics I should be focusing on in the Creator Studio, what I should be trying to accomplish with how I edit my videos. Because for the longest time, watch time was promoted as the end-all be-all. It started around 2012 to 2015, where you had a lot of long videos, a lot of long video game Let's Plays blowing up because they were 30-minute videos, and 30-minute videos led to more watch time in raw numbers. A 30-minute video may have a 10-minute watch time, which is 33% completion, while a 10-minute video, which was a lot more common back then, that had 5 minutes of watch time, in terms of percent completion would be better, 50% complete versus 33% complete, but in raw watch minutes, that shorter video is worse. 5 minutes of watch time versus 10 minutes of watch time. And back then, we did actually see those longer videos that might have a lower percentage completion, but a greater overall watch minutes. We saw those videos getting promoted a lot more and those channels growing insanely fast. That is why we have those massive gaming channels, the PewDiePies, the Jacksepticeye's, the Cinnamon Toast Kens, all of those channels. I can't remember any of them. I didn't really get into that type of content. But it makes sense why watch time was promoted and still has been promoted as such an important analytic. That is what led to the massive channels that we see today. But it seems as though, directly from the horse's mouth, directly from somebody who works on the YouTube algorithm, that watch time is not the most important analytic to focus on. Reading through these tweets, it seems as though what is most important is viewer satisfaction. Making sure that the people watching your content leave fulfilled, making sure they enjoy the video that they are watching, making sure that they have a desire to go and watch more content. Unfortunately for us as content creators, there is no little button, no little number on the back end, no little number in the Creator Studio that says, here is your average viewer satisfaction. So we need to interpret a number of factors to determine viewer satisfaction. It seems to be an aggregate of a number of analytics, as they point out, likes and dislikes, which I didn't think mattered at all. For years, people have said they don't matter. Hey, you get dislikes? That is user engagement. That's a positive thing for you, but it seems like that's the exact opposite. Dislikes seem to have a big impact on the performance of a video, on the recommendation of a video. That's scary. Also, user surveys. We don't get that information, but apparently they use that in the algorithm. And I will also speculate here. I think that watch time does still matter. Maybe not raw watch time, but completion percentage. I think that is a big indicator for viewer satisfaction. Maybe they won't say, somebody watched 40% of this, somebody watched 50%. Okay, the 40% sucks. Let's not recommend that. But I imagine if you have 1% completion, a lot of people only watching 10 seconds of your video, that would be indicative, or how does he say it? That would be a negative signal for satisfaction. So I think that if your plan or if your desire is to grow on YouTube, likes and dislikes may actually be something that we need to focus on again. I don't like that. I have avoided saying certain things because I hate all of that. But I want to run an experiment on this video, and I will report back. I will open up the back-end analytics to you and share this with you so we can use this as a learning experience. I want to try to get this video to be the most liked podcast episode on this channel. So I am requesting, if you are watching this, if you are listening to this, go over to the YouTube version of this video and like it. I want to see what that does to the impressions, to the distribution. Next week, we'll do the exact same thing, but with dislikes. I want to see what happens when a video just gets downvoted. All of the likes, gone. Just all dislikes. How does that impact distribution and impressions? And then we can use this episode and next week's episode to compare what the performance is like. We can try to understand how likes and dislikes are being used to impact the distribution. I think that would be interesting. So go ahead. This is one of the few times I will do this. I am embarrassed already. I'm gonna do it. Get ready to smash that like button. Woo! Like that smash button. That's not right. I'm terrible at this. Is there dogs howling outside? That was terrible. Okay, I'm never doing that again. Nobody clip that, whatever you do. So that is the experiment that we are going to do. And I will report back.